Hi, welcome back everybody to week 2 of the website retool challenge.
Hi, everyone. We're excited to be back here talking to you guys again.
Yeah. So last week was super fun. It was awesome to see all of those brand boards coming in and having the conversation around like what emotion does this pull for you. It's been really interesting and really fun to see you guys playing in that space. And that brand really plays a large role in quickly and easily adjusting your website so that it's a high converting website. So now that you have those details in hand, it's time to start actually tweaking the substance of your website. So Alyssa, do you want to tell us about what we think is the first tweak to do?
Yes, absolutely. So we are going to be talking about your home page this week. So it's going to be all things homepage. And we're going to focus on two essential ingredients for your homepage. One is your positioning statement, so that when people land on your page, they know exactly who you are and what you do. And then part two of that is a quickly linked call to action. So in our case, we'll be talking mostly about how to talk to you, how to get you on the phone quickly if the person is interested.
Yep.
So, Amanda, do you want me to go into a little more detail on each of those?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the positioning statement and then I'll share about the call to action.
Sounds great. Okay, so the positioning statement, this is key so that when people land on your page, they know exactly who you are and who you help. So the key to this, so we can also think about this as really your specialty in a way, right? Your kind of niche area. So this positioning statement will start with you sharing who it is that you help, right? And this is the person that they know themselves to be. So these would be words that your clients use to describe themselves. So they have to be able to immediately resonate with who it is that you say you help. And then the problem as they see it, the problem that they know they have, right? So the problem that they can easily say, yes, I have that. And again, this isn't the problem that we translate in our head that we think they have, but it's the words that they would use to describe the problem that they have, right? And then the last part of your positioning statement will really come down to the reason why they want to invest. So what can they hope to attain after working together, right? What is the thing that they really want, that aspiration that they can get as a result of working together? So that's the reason why they're investing, right? Because they want this thing that after your work together, they will have.
Mm-hmm. And what's your positioning statement, Alyssa?
Yes, I help therapists and coaches to
Mm-hmm.
get more clients so they can work with people that they love, make more money working for themselves.
Yes. Okay. So, do you know if you're a coach or a therapist?
Yes.
And would you call yourself a coach or a therapist?
Yes.
No. Yeah. Right.
Mhm.
So then there's a check on the first part,
Mhm.
and the second part is a problem that you know you have. And
Mhm.
so, would you know if you needed more clients?
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. And then something that you're willing to invest in, which is making more money
Mhm.
working for yourself, is what you said?
Yes, working with
Yeah.
clients you love. Yeah, working for yourself, right? So you want to be fully autonomous, right? Fully self-employed,
Mm-hmm.
working for yourself. And the key, right, is working with clients you love. Not any old clients who are
Right.
coming to you, but really clients that you love, right?
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I would know if I was that person. I would know if I had that problem. I would know if I wanted that thing. That's how you know that you have reached a solid positioning statement.
Yes.
Would the person you're trying to attract immediately stop and say, that's me?
Mhm.
If they would, you've got it. If they're like, oh, that's interesting, but I don't really know what that means, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. Mhm.
And there's a lot more that can be said about this. And we're going to share a video where I talk about sort of the psychology of why we need to have these strong niche statements, as well as working through some examples with a puppet. So we're going to link to that video. And so if you want a deeper dive, you have the option to watch that.
Mhm. Awesome. I love it. So would you tell us a little bit about a call to action, what
Yes.
that
So
is, why you want one?
yes, yes, I will. So I want to just reiterate what you said earlier, which is that the call to action and the positioning statement go together. So the call to action is for the people who are like, when they know for sure that they want to work with you, it needs to be as easy as possible to set up a time to talk with you. So some people will land on your website because they heard about you from somebody else, and they'll see your positioning statement, and there's the call to action, and they are scheduled to meet with you in under 3 minutes because they were just landing to make it happen, right? They weren't in the mood to browse, right? They weren't researching. And most people expect websites to work like that these days, that you can land and act, land and act. People are not in the mood to search around and try to figure it out. So you need to have that foundation in place on your homepage that they can land, decide, and act. So the acting part, we call that a call to action. It needs to be clear. You have to direct people, in part because you're selling expertise and guidance. It needs to be clear that you know how to guide people, you know? So we call it a call to action because it's what you want that person to do. If somebody is the exact right person, what do you want them to do? You want them to schedule a complimentary consultation so that you can consider working together. So what you want to do is have the topmost thing on your website be an easy way to do that. Now, it used to be that the only way to get people to schedule a time to talk with you was to give them your email address or your phone number, and they would call you or they would email you and you would schedule a time. Most people these days, or at least lots of people, expect a faster path to a conversation with you than that. The least leaky, like if we think of a leaky faucet, how many of the leads are falling out of the faucet before it comes out to you? A lot of them will fall through if the only way to contact you, like probably 90% of them will fall through if the only way to contact you is call you, because people are just phone averse. So we can't stick with that old standby. Emailing you probably is a little bit more, but then they have to think of those awkward words like, I'm just reaching out to see if there's a way, and do you have time? And it's like, how do you do that right when you're already feeling vulnerable? So some people leak out of the faucet. The least leaky way we found to get people to reach out quickly is to have a link to a calendar scheduling program. So Alyssa and I both use Calendly, Calendly. I'll just drop that link right there. And lots of other people do. It's free for a single event type, and it connects to any Google Calendar. And what you want to have is a button that says schedule your free call now, and the tiniest bit of copy that says something evocative, and schedule a time now. Is there anything else that people should know about the call to action, Alyssa?
Yeah, I think the only other piece to really consider is that we want it to be really simple and really clean and easy so
Mm,
that it's the shortest distance between them saying, hey, this sounds really interesting. I want to talk to this person, and getting you on the phone, right? It's
yes.
clicking a button, finding a time that works, they slot themselves in, and then they get you on the phone. So it's this really easy, clear path so that when they're reading the information and they're ready to take action, it's a simple way to get you on the phone.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Exactly. So the two things that you need on your homepage, in addition to the headshot you put on last week, right? You have to have a picture of yourself. And then now here we are on our homepage. The two things that you need that are going to change a lackluster website into a converting website is you need to have a clear positioning statement. So the first thing we want you to do this week is to start the process of figuring this out. It is something that you will go through iterations on. I've never met anyone who hasn't gone through a couple of iterations, even if they're just small adjustments to their positioning statement. So I want you to take a stab at it. It's probably not going to be that great. We're going to be in there helping you figure it out. And by the end of the week, we'd like you to have just sort of worked your way into a positioning statement you like so that you can put that on your website. And then right underneath it, our second challenge for this week is that we'd like you to hook yourself up with Calendly.
Yes, and give yourself a little bit of grace and time because Calendly will just integrate with your calendars. There's just a couple of tech steps. It's really easy. It's very intuitive, but it may just take a few stages to get to the end.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so here we enter the second week of the Website Retool Challenge. Start working on that positioning statement and start connecting yourself to Calendly or another calendar scheduling program, and get those two tightly coupled, the very top of your page, above the fold, as it were, if you can. And we can't wait to see you guys on the Facebook group definitely come in, throw your positioning statement down, let us look at it and offer you feedback. There were lots of people will be in there offering feedback. I can't wait to see them. And what I'd like to see by the end of the week, your 2 challenges. I need a positioning statement. I want you hooked up to Calendly, and I'd like to see those tightly coupled at the top of your website.
Mhm.
Sound right?
Sounds great. We can't wait to see it all.
See you in the Facebook group.
Bye.